Hello, good afternoon. I hope you can hear me okay. It's Lee here from Premier Training, and I'm joined today by Jamie from the AAT. I hope you can hear me okay, Jamie. How are you? That's good.
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly. Thanks,
Yeah, I'm
Lee.
really well,
Really
thank
good.
you. Really
How are
well.
you?
Very busy. We're into September now, aren't we? So it's a busy time for all AAT training providers. But I suppose you're finding the same at AAT headquarters as well. It must be things must be getting quite busy.
Yeah, it's busy times and it's exciting times, definitely. We launched literally yesterday. So yeah, it's all going really well so far.
That's great. That's great. Yeah, it's Q22. It's finally the long-awaited Q22 is with us as of yesterday. So that's great, and lots of new students already signed up to that one and starting their Q22 study. So that's brilliant news. So Jamie's going to join us today. She's going to take us through. Today is mainly for prospective AAT students. So if you're considering AAT qualifications and you think it may be a great option for you in terms of enhancing your career or a career change, or if you're a school leaver or college leaver, your new career, I guess. So Jamie's going to take us through all the ins and outs of AAT qualifications. And then I'm going to pop back on at the end and tell you a little bit about distance learning and some of the September offers we've got on at Premier Training as well. So yeah, if you're happy with that, Jamie, I'm going to pass over to you, and my mug will be replaced by some interesting slides. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's perfect. Thanks, Lee.
Okay. Let me just find the right slides first of all. There we go. We'll just bring those up, and there we go. I always struggle with this bit. It's too complicated for me. There we go. There we go. There are slides, and I'll disappear so you can actually see them. And over to you, Jen.
Perfect, thank you. So yeah, just to do a little introduction. So I'm Jamie and I'm the account manager for distance learning at AAT. So in a nutshell, I support all of our training providers that deliver AAT online or remotely, just with all things AAT really. So today I'm just going to give you a bit of an introduction into AAT, and talk about our long-awaited new syllabus, which is referred to, as Lee said, as Qualifications 2022. So firstly, why choose AAT? So just to pick out a few points. So firstly, AAT is open to all. So there's no formal entry requirement or age restrictions. We just advise that you start at a level that's relevant to your knowledge and your skills. AAT is internationally recognised, so we've got members in over 100 different countries. And what that leads on to is it's highly sought after by employers. So you'll notice if you were to look on job websites such as Reed, employers that are recruiting for accounting and finance positions often ask for people to either be studying towards AAT or have completed AAT qualifications. And off the back of that, it's an opportunity really to work in any industry. So you don't just have to be working in practice. You could be working in fashion, for example, sports, property. It's really those practical, real world skills. So that's why I choose AAT in a nutshell. In terms of our qualifications, so we mentioned we've just launched our new syllabus literally yesterday. And what we do is we review our syllabus and our qualifications every 3 to 5 years. So it's quite standard practice for an awarding organisation. And it's really just to ensure that our qualifications remain fit for purpose, they meet recent industry needs, and also that they're future proofed, basically. So not a lot has changed in terms of content. So for our core accounting qualifications, you have level 2, level 3, and level 4. So level 2, that's really a starting point. So that's ideal for school leavers or career changers or people that are literally just starting out in accounting or bookkeeping positions, for example. So at this level, you're predominantly covering double entry bookkeeping, and your basic costing as well. And generally, in terms of how long it takes to complete, if you thank you, Lee, how long it takes to complete, it's usually about 6 to 12 months, but it really depends on how you're studying. Obviously, there's various different ways to study, which I'll cover a little later. You've got 4 units and 4 assessments. One of those assessments is called a synoptic assessment. And where that differs is a synoptic tests you on your knowledge of that overall qualification. So it's a little bit more comprehensive. And then those unit assessments are testing you on that specific unit. Then level 3, so this is more advanced accounting skills. So you're building upon your management accounting, financial accounting, and also tax processes for businesses. So this is ideal for people that have previous experience in accounting, or you may have the relevant A-level qualification. So it's just that you're confident at that higher level, and you're also confident with that double entry bookkeeping. So level 3 has 4 units and 4 assessments. Just to bear in mind, there's no synoptic at level 3 or 4. It's just at level 2. So this level takes around 9 to 12 months to complete. Again, really depends on how you're studying. So your final level is your level 4. So you're really going up to higher level accounting tasks here. So anyone that completes this level, you're moving on to more kind of senior technical positions in accounting. If you're going to start on this level, we'd advise that you've got a relevant degree in accounting or finance, or you've obviously completed the previous AAT levels. So with here, you're covering units such as drafting and interpreting financial statements for limited companies, managing budgets. You've got 5 units. Sorry, I'm still getting my head around the new qualification. So you've got 5 units, 3 of them are mandatory, and 2 of them are specialist units, but you have an option of 5 different areas to specialize. And some of those areas include things such as taxation, credit control, and auditing. So that's our qualifications overall. In terms of assessment, so they're all computer based, and for the new Quals 22 qualifications, you can sit them either with a training provider or in an external assessment venue. So we've got external assessment venues all over the UK and internationally. What we will be introducing from September 2023 is remote invigilation for the new syllabus. And that essentially means that you can sit your assessments remotely from home, and you're invigilated online. It doesn't have to be from home, it just needs to be a secure environment, really. We do have remote invigilation for our current AQ16 syllabus as well. So if you're an existing student, there is remote invigilation available for some of our exams. So each of the exams lasts around 2 to 3 hours. As I said, synoptic at level 2, and all of the assessments are based on work-related competencies. And you'll see on the right-hand side as well the grading system. So it's pass, merit, and distinction. In terms of different ways to study, so you've got classroom, which is your traditional way of studying, so face-to-face learning, could be in a local college. You've then got distance learning, which is Lee's going to go into in a bit more detail. So distance learning is a flexible way of studying online or remotely. And then you've got blended learning, which is essentially a mixture of the two. So you might be part-time in a classroom and then part-time studying online. So fees for studying. So for AAT, you've got your fee to your training provider. So that's essentially your fees for any of your resources and your tutor support. It does vary between training providers. They offer different packages, so it's good to do your research. In terms of the registration fee, so you've got a fee at each level. So the fee for the level 2 accounting qualification is £172. The fee for level 3 is £225, and the fee for level 4 is £240. And I'll go into in a bit more detail about registration and how that works a little later on. And then you've got your assessment fees. So they vary between about £60 to £63 each. And it also depends if you're sitting with a training provider. Sometimes there's no invigilation fee, but if you're sitting with an external assessment venue, maybe you're studying through distance learning, there may be invigilation fees on top of that. So that's your fees. So where to start? So firstly, you need to choose your starting level. So particularly if you do have experience, it's good to do the skill check test. So on the AAT website, you can do a test and it will recommend you a level to start on. So then you need to identify a suitable training provider. So we have a find a training provider search where it has a list of all of our training providers, or you can enroll with Premier Training directly if you're interested in distance learning. And as I've said, if you are studying through distance learning, have a look at your local assessment venues and what the availability is. So we do have an assessment venue search as well. So once you've done all that, you then enroll with your training provider and then you register as an AAT student. So once you've registered, you will then have support from AAT as well. So you'll have access to our lifelong learning portal. So that's got numerous different resources on there, from podcasts, videos, just a world of resources. You've got green light test as well. As well as that, you'll get your weekly email newsletter, which gives you all the relevant updates with AAT. And we've also recently started running student drop-in sessions as well. And that varies depending on what we go through, but we could be going through a particular subject that students want more help with, or we could be simply talking you through what resources are available. So we always recommend that you register as soon as possible with AAT after you've enrolled with a training provider. It really gives you the best chance of success by using both our resources and the training provider's resources at the same time. So lastly, in terms of the professional pathway, so as I've mentioned, you've got the level 2 certificate in accounting. So we also have shorter courses such as bookkeeping. So you could do level 2 in accounting or bookkeeping. You can then move on to the level 3 in accounting or bookkeeping. Either way, if you've completed either of our level 3 qualifications, you can apply for AAT QB membership. And that essentially signifies that you're a qualified bookkeeper. Then you can actually move on and become a licensed bookkeeper, so you can offer services to the public. Then you can move on to level 4, the final level. So then you'll be fully qualified with AAT, and you can then apply for MAAT status, which is essentially full membership. And that signifies to clients and employers that you are fully qualified with AAT, and also that you're being kept up to date with the relevant CPD as well. Lastly, once you've completed that, so you could stop there. It depends on what kind of route you're taking, or you could go on to study chartered accountancy with bodies such as ACCA, ICAEW, and CIMA. So you'll be fast tracked into those qualifications, as if you've completed level 4 AAT, you'll be offered exemptions. So that just means there's a few less assessments that you need to sit with them. You could also become a tax professional, or as well become self-employed. So there's a lot of different routes that you can go down. So yeah, I think that's my last slide. That's an overall summary of AAT, but happy to answer any questions after as well, if anyone's got any.
Yeah, that's great. Fantastic. Thanks very much for that, Jamie. That was a great kind of introduction to everything AAT. And we're very grateful for that. As Jamie said, if you're watching this live and you've got any questions, pop them in the comment section, and we'll keep an eye out for those, and we can answer any questions you've got. If you've got some questions, if you're watching this afterwards, not live, pop your questions in the comment section as well, and we'll get Premier Training. We'll get back to you as soon as possible on those. Also, I'm going to pop up some links in a little while as well in the comment section for some of the helpful pages on the AAT website that Jamie mentioned there. So we'll do that next. But I've got a couple of slides just to tell you a little bit more about distance learning as well. So let me see if I can share these ones. That's my next challenge. Let's have a look. So yeah, we can tell you a bit more about distance learning and some of Premier Training's offers. I'm a bit ambitious today. Two slideshows is
it's got to be done sometimes, Lee.
It's a bit of a test for me, though, isn't it, Jamie? You know how much I struggle with technology. I always struggle getting things in the right order. There we go. Let's see if that works. There we go. I've found it. So we're going to say bye to Jamie just for a couple of minutes, but stay with us, Jamie. You'll be back in a little while. Okay, thank you. There we go. There we go. And there's some slides there. So in terms of Premier Training, we're an AAT specialist dedicated training provider, as Jamie mentioned there. All our courses are distance learning. So it's all online, the online platform, as well as hard copy books. We supply that with every course as well, and unlimited tutor support as well. So there's that support there as well. So I just wanted to take you through a few of the benefits of distance learning. Obviously, as Jamie mentioned there's 2 or 3 options in terms of how you can study AAT qualifications. It could be in the classroom with a college or university. It could be distance learning, which is from home, or it can be kind of a blended approach of the two. So at Premier Training, we offer distance learning, as I say, and some of the benefits of that, and we've come up with about 20 benefits, but I didn't want to bore you with all of them, so I just wanted to summarise sort of the key ones really. So with AAT distance learning, you can start your AAT studies on any day of the year, pretty much. Maybe not Christmas Day, but every other day we can get you started and get you going on those. We do like to have a day off on Christmas Day. The second thing is you decide when and where to study. So it's completely flexible. You can study from your home. You can study from work if you're given time to do it at work. And in terms of when you do it, it's when it suits you. So if it suits you to study every evening for an hour or for 4 hours on a Sunday, you can log in, pick up your books, and study. So it's got that complete flexibility, really. And as a result of that, you can complete your AAT course at your own pace as well. So with our AAT courses, for instance, the level 2 accounting, on average, students with us will complete that in 8 or 9 months. But that, again, is completely flexible. We have some students who take twice that time if they've got a lot of commitments in their own life. And then we've had other students complete that whole course in 2 or 3 months. So it really depends on how much study time you can commit to it and want to put into it. On average, our students probably commit 6 to 8 hours per week. But obviously, if you can commit 10 to 12 hours per week, you can potentially complete the course and gain the qualification much quicker. Another one of the benefits is with distance learning providers, they're pretty much all low course fees, and you can spread that overall cost as well. So with Premier Training, we can split that across interest-free installments for you as well and make it a much more affordable option. And then just jumping down to the bottom one there, in terms of the cost, there's no commuting or travel expenses either. You can do it all from home. As Jamie mentioned, with the assessments, you can go into an assessment centre and sit those, but there are options now for remote assessments as well and going forward. So, and just in terms of a couple of the other benefits we wanted to highlight today, there's a misconception with distance learning that maybe there's not the support that you need, but it's actually completely the opposite. You've got one-to-one access to unlimited tutor support. So with Premier Training, we assign you a tutor, and you can I was going to say pester, but you can bother them and contact them as many times as you want. Our tutors are available till 8 o'clock in the evening most days of the week, and also on Saturday mornings. So you can reach out to them by phone, by email, by message through your online platform. So you've got all kinds of option there. So rather than waiting for once a week in a classroom environment to speak to your tutor, you can reach out when you need the answer and get an instant answer. And the big one and the final one is you can combine your AAT studies with a part or full-time career as well. So it's, as we say, earn while you learn. And that's also true as if you've got a busy family life or busy social life, it can fit around that as well. So you can do your job during the day and study in the evenings. And a lot of employers now are really flexible and want you to progress as well. So speak to your employer and they may give you time during the day to study your AAT qualifications as well, because it benefits everyone. So there are a few of the benefits of distance learning and what we're all about. We're going into September now, which is the busiest month of the year for AAT and for all training providers. So we've just got a few September offers just to quickly let you know about there. We've got 22% off all our accounting and bookkeeping courses throughout September. All you need to do, if you're going to go online, is use our SAVE22 coupon code. You can enter that online and we'll take that off your costs there, or quote it if you'd like to give us a call. In addition to that, that's for individual courses. We've got 25% off our accounting course bundles as well. So if you want to enroll on more than one, if you want to enroll on the accounting level 2, 3 and 4, for instance, at once, you can make some good savings there in terms of your course fees. You can save up to £649 that way, which is great. We've also got our bookkeeping course bundles as well. Most popular one of those for us is our level 3 and 4 bundle. So both those courses for just £549. And as of yesterday, we've launched our Q22, our new level 1 bookkeeping course as well, which is absolutely fantastic. I've had a look through the online platform today, and it's amazing. It's a really great course, can be completed in less than a month, and it's a really great sort of taster starter course for if you want to try AAT qualifications, and that's available from £149. So that's it from me. As it says there, thank you from Premier Training. If you've got any inquiries, there's the number there, or email us info@premiertraining.co.uk, or visit the website premiertraining.co.uk. So that's me. That's my boring bit done. I'll bring Jamie back, and she should be rejoining us any second. There we go. And if I hide that, yes, I'm getting the hang of it. I'm getting the hang of it now, Jamie. So yeah, we've got. I'm just seeing if we've got some questions popping up. One of our course advisors, Heather, is talking to one or two people on the comments there about the AAT membership fee. So yeah, they're asking, does the AAT membership fee include the admin fee, £49?
So it's a really good question. So something probably I didn't make very clear is, if you are an existing student, you'll probably know there's quite a change to our membership. So for AQ16, it used to be a student membership. So you used to pay yearly for access to the qualifications. Now we've moved away from a membership model. So for Q22 now, if you're a brand new student, you would just pay a one-off registration fee per level that you study. So I mentioned those registration fees earlier. So each time you move on to the next level, you'd then pay that one-off registration fee. There's no admin fee per se. That was to do with the old AQ16 qualification. But as Heather is explaining as well in the chat, if you're an existing student and you've completed at least one exam on the AQ16 syllabus, you can transfer over to the equivalent qualification on the Q22 syllabus and pay a transitional fee. So the fee for level 2 is £50. The fee for level 3 is £75, and level 4 is £100. But you need to have an active student membership and to have completed at least one exam. So you can talk further with your training provider or AAT about that one.
Yeah, that's great. Thanks for clarifying that, Jamie. That's a really good question, actually, and we're getting that question a lot from students and prospective students. So that's a really good one from on the comments there. And what I've done is I've just posted a link below that, which is the page on the AAT website, which tells you all about course fees and funding. And I'm just trying to see if there's a separate membership one. Let me see, register as a student. That might be the one. Let me just pop that in the comments as well, and then you've got an easy way of finding all the information. I've lost my.
I think another thing I just remembered is with the new Quals 22 qualification and one-off registration fee, you actually have access to all the resources for the lifetime of that qualification, which is usually 3 to 5 years. So, for example, if you register for level 2, you'll have access to the learning portal, all of the resources through AAT for 3 to 5 years, and you can sit your assessment. And the same applies when you move on to the next level. Whereas beforehand, you'd literally have 1 year and then you'd have to renew again. So yeah, quite a lot of change there actually in how that works.
Yeah, that's right. So hopefully some of these links that I'm popping up in the comments there answer your questions about that, because there has been a few changes, as Jamie said. So, but if you're not sure of anything, again, pop a question in the comments and we'll answer. And if we don't know, we'll check with the AAT, and they'll Jamie and her team will definitely know. So, I've just got another question there. Q22 business, the exams fee will be the same price. So I think she's the person there's talking about the overall exam fee, so the assessment fee. So that does depend on the individual assessment centre, doesn't it, Jamie, as you mentioned earlier?
That's right. So you have your AAT assessment fee, which said for Q22 is usually between, if it's the accounting qualifications, it's between about 60 to 63 pounds. I think the level 2 synoptic is 65. If it's a level 1 qualification, it will be less than 60 pound. I can't quite remember off the top of my head, but all of the fees are on there. So, and depending on where you sit the assessment, you might have an invigilation fee, which is like an admin fee that you might pay on top for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. That's great. As Jamie's been talking there, I have been listening, but I was looking down just so I could post a few of these links that we wanted to signpost you to as well. But what I'm going to do actually off the back of this, it's given me an idea. I'm going to pop a page on our Premier Training website with all these links that we've got here, which can signpost you to exactly the right place on the AAT website if you're on the Premier Training site first. So I'll get that done today. But yeah, I think that's sort of all the questions at the moment. It is a time of many questions because the new standards have come in. So, but don't be afraid to sort of reach out and ask. Give us a call at Premier Training. Give the AAT team a call there as well. They're happy to help. And hopefully we can answer your questions and kind of simplify it for you and help you on your way with your AAT qualifications. So I think we'll leave it there, Jamie. We've been sort of rattling on for 28 minutes there, so I think that's enough if you're happy with that. But I've been rattling on, sorry. But yeah, thanks so much again, Jamie, for joining us today to talk through AAT qualifications and how students can get started on those. And yeah, we really appreciate that. And hopefully it will be a busy month for everyone at the AAT, won't it?
It's going to be a busy but a good month.
Yeah,
I know it is. But yeah, thank you very much for inviting me along, Lee, as well.
No problem. Great to see you again. And thanks to everyone who's watching, whether you're watching live or afterwards. This will be available on our Facebook page for forever, basically. So take a look. And as I say, any questions, let us know. We're happy to help. So thanks again, Jamie, and have a lovely weekend. And we'll see everyone soon.
You too. Thank you. See you later, everyone.
Bye-bye.